Hello everyone, I am Dhyan Solanki. Today I am going to speak about the romantic age. What happens when people get tired and strict rules, heavy machine and life driven only by logic. They started looking for freedom, raw emotion, imagination and connection with nature. The extra human desire gave birth to romantic age. In English literature, the beautiful period lasted from 1798. It officially began when William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor published the famous book. Today I am going to explain how this era completely changed the way we look at literature. Historical and socio-political context. To understand this era, we have to look at two massive global events of the time. The first was the French Revolution of 1789, which inspired writers with his powerful idea of liberty and equality. The second was the Industrial Revolution, which filled England with smoky factories and crowded cities. Romantic writers deeply hated this artificial, polite life and wanted to escape it. At the same time, they rejected the age of enlightenment with value on code scientific logic. There were strongly inspired these philosophers Jean-Jacques Rousseau's famous call to return to nature. Therefore, they shifted their focus from the material world to the internal world of the human. Major characteristics. There are four major characteristics that define romantic literature. The first is the intense love for nature, where nature was the threat as a living teacher and a spiritual healer. Second is the power of imagination, which they believe could help humans discover deeper emotional thoughts. Third is the importance of raw emotion, focusing an evolution experience, joy, and personal heartbreak of social rules. Fourth is the use of simple language, as they broke royal traditional and write in the everyday language of common people. In short, romanticism always stands of nature, imagination, emotion, and inviolable freedom. Authors and important works. The great writer is the era are generally divided into two generations. From the older generation, we first have William Wordsworth, who is the poet of nature, famous his poem Daffodils. The next Samuel Taylor, who has a master of supernature master and wrote the rhyme of the ancient mariner. We also have William Blake, a unique artist, poet of expose the evil of child labor in strong of innocence. Fact and example. Let me share two fascinating facts that show the unique spirit of this era. First, Mary Shelley came up with the idea from Frankenstein when she was just 18-year old during a rain summer ghost story composition. Second, Lord Byron was so incredibly popular that a crazy phenomenon called Byromania swept across England. Women used to literally faint when they saw him in public, and he was famously described as mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Conclusion. Ultimately, the legendary legacy of Romantic Age directly shaped our modern world today. It gave birth to modern environmentalism, inspired our pop culture heroes, and introduced the idea and mindfulness throughout nature. Thank you.